All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Ooh, I got to get my music going, and I don't have my graphic up. What am I doing? I'm way out of control here, and I have everything in between me and the screen, so I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, good morning. We're live on YouTube and TikTok, time for our spiritual mindfulness moment, and I'm Pastor Paul. Glad to be with you today, and let me get my music started. Okay, good morning. So this is our spiritual mindfulness moment, a time of just sharing in connection with each other and with the divine, and I invite you to join. My name is Paul. I go by Pastor Paul on TV, I guess. I just want you to join me for a time of mindfulness, just spiritual connection, being together. So if you're on YouTube and TikTok and joining this morning, just let me know where you're joining from. And we're just going to let go of all of the shit of life, if you will. I need to adjust my YouTube camera here just a little bit. Hope that doesn't make anybody seasick who's looking in. Someday I hope to have a tech who will have all this stuff ready to go for me when I come in. And I'll make it a lot more pleasant for the rest of you, including just knocking my speaker off my computer. How are you doing, Chill Pill? Good morning. Sorry, I just broke my computer. Actually, my camera cord pulled that off. Let me know where you're joining from this morning. I'm glad you're with me. And like I said, this is our time of just spiritual mindfulness together. Prayer, if you will, or connection, and just a cleansing thought for the day. And I have prayer beads that I use to help me focus in. Hi, Southern Cal. Hi, Illinois. Glad you're with me. Good morning, Christina. Glad you're here. Just get comfortable. Get you some coffee or rum if needed, or both. Hi, Louisiana. Glad you're here. Watch me. Something there says I need prayer for many things. Well, let's just join together in a time of knowing each other and connection, spiritual connection. I'm at rock bottom. Yeah, okay. Well, let's join together today. And I like to light either a candle or some incense just to give, as I think a flame is a symbol of the presence of something divine in the room. And smoke is a symbol of our spirits or our prayers connecting us with heaven. So there's just symbolism of, and then the aroma fills the room. It's about an atmosphere and a posture of receiving and connecting spiritually. So I'm glad to be with you to connect this morning and for us to connect together with the divine presence of heaven. So I just welcome you to even the comments you see on the screen, the people who are saying where they're joining from, those who are telling that they're hurting today. That we can be connected together, even through TikTok and YouTube. We can have a connection. Yeah. So come join for this time. We just welcome the presence of the Spirit of heaven, the goodness of heaven with us today. And I've been contemplating this morning a passage from the book of the Revelation of John. It says, "He who was seated on the throne said, 'Behold, I'm making all things new.'" I said, "Write it down, for these words are trustworthy and true." I look like an older Link. Yeah, I hear that quite a bit. I'd love to meet him sometime. What would it mean to you today to have all things made new? And I'm not talking about God wiping out the world and making a new Jerusalem come down. I don't believe that's what Revelation's really talking about. I think mostly it's a tome about what was happening at the time, but I want to use it today as an idea of things being made new. How would you want to be made new today? And I don't mean like I'm terrible and I need to be something else, but to look at yourself in a new way. Some of us have ways that our brains function that we're told is non-normative. And I like that term because it's not abnormal. It's just your brain works differently than everybody else. And honestly, I believe in some ways all of us are non-normative, that it's actually normal to have non-normative brain function because all of us have learned to function in a way that makes us feel okay, that we're going to be able to survive. And let me adjust something here. And so if we're finding a way to function and survive, sorry, YouTube, my camera is all off. And I don't think there's anything non-normative about wanting to survive and thrive at all. And reaching out for what it takes to do so. Thank you guys for the follows on TikTok. So all things made new, in some ways, I believe, is me understanding that what I do isn't an abomination to God. That's not even the story of the Bible. That's a story human beings have taken to use the Bible for their own profit and benefit. And that the story of the Bible is actually about understanding ourselves and our personal value and learning to say, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. I am something amazing. And that was actually the story of Jesus, of saying, you don't have to get better to be able to connect to God. You need to understand who you are. And to those of you kind of making the comments right now on TikTok, I'll be glad to talk to you after we're having our time of mindfulness together. I'm not answering questions right at the moment. And so I'd just appreciate if you'd honor the moment, honor the people. I'd be glad to have that discussion with you later when I'm finished here. And I totally understand the questions. But it's just not something I'm going to answer right now because this is a moment of mindfulness together. Yeah. So let's be made new together. Let's see ourselves in our true identity. I love a passage in Romans that says, we rejoice in our sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance, endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame because God's love has been poured into our hearts through the Spirit of heaven that's been given to us. And this passage doesn't mean we go, yes, I'm so excited that I have suffering today. What it says is, I know that what I'm going through today is going to help me be better in the long term. And so we sit and feel the pain of the moment, knowing we're going to make it. And when we make it through this, the other side is going to be somebody made new. So a Christian look would be at like, well, Jesus knew for some reason you needed cancer. Jesus knew for some reason you needed that bad thing to happen. And I'm going to tell you, I disagree with that belief. I don't think that's what the Bible says at all, and that's not even logical. What this is saying is, even in the midst of the hardest thing, I can have hope because I know I'm going to feel the pain of this and feel my way through it. And on the other side, I'm going to be a more hopeful person because I'm going to say, wow, I endured that moment. Rejoicing in sufferings, knowing that suffering produces endurance. Endurance produces, sorry, I've got to mute a troll here. Suffering produces endurance, and endurance produces character, and character produces hope, and hope does not put us to shame. And I would just appreciate, I know what you're trying to do, but just throwing out Christian platitudes in all caps doesn't help the moment. And I don't think they're even helpful to human beings, because what they are generally, Christian platitudes, are just like little coping mechanisms. They actually stop us from feeling what we're feeling, because we're just like, okay, God's going to take care of it. That's all I need. And that's not what I'm calling us to today. I'm calling us to feel the pain of the moment and say, I can endure through this. And when I endure through this, I'm going to know that I have endurance, and that endurance produces character in me, and having character produces hope. And I can speak out of hope and opportunities rather than out of Christian platitudes, rather than out of fear, rather than out of they're coming to get me and I need the Republicans to come save me. So let's go into this time of mindfulness together. Hi, Jamie. Good to see you this morning. So just sit together, relax, get yourself in a comfortable space, and use the miracle of coffee to help. If you're on the West Coast like me, it's still pretty early. And let's just start to go into our safe space in our imagination, a place where we can sit. You got your coffee, Jamie. That's awesome. So just in your imagination, see yourself in a what I call a safe space, a place that it could be a real place where you've lived. It could be a place that's inside your inner spirit where you can go and know that you can be safe to sit with the divine presence of God from heaven. Christina says, all things new would mean greater acceptance of myself and others. Yeah. So let's just go in that safe space. Imagine yourself there. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Breath. Do you know that taking a deep breath promotes blood flow in your brain, which helps you to think better, which helps you to slow down and be cognitive about what's going on? The true story of Jesus, I believe, is that Jesus came to connect us to heaven in a way that helped us to understand ourselves in a way that was different than the bondage of religion of the day, which said you're not good enough and you've got to follow the rules to be worth recognition from heaven. Jesus came to say, I'm wiping out those rules because those rules are man-made. They're not from heaven, so that you can know your goodness. And Jesus said, you're going to do the things that I do, and you're going to do even greater things than I do, because you're going to have the Spirit of God with you at all times. So what Jesus was teaching as one person in one space, he said, now that Spirit's going to be available to everybody, and everybody gets to share those ideas with each other. And that's going to be greater than finding a Messiah walking around on earth. You're going to have that Spirit in you, and it's going to commune with the Spirit in others. And together is going to be a greatness of seeing your ability to make all things new as you endure into hope. Yeah, so just see yourself sitting in that safe space in your spirit today. What does it feel like to be okay for the moment? If a thought about, oh, I have to do this later today comes, let yourself set it aside for just a moment. We'll do this for just 20 more minutes. And you can pick up the worries of the day again then. Just let them go right now. And just be in this moment together of knowing that I feel this love for you, you feel this love for me, and we connect together through that love. And then we allow our spirits to connect to the goodness of heaven through that sharing of our loving humanity. For those of you asking questions, I'll deal with those in a bit when we're done with our spiritual mindfulness moment. I would just appreciate you honoring that moment. That would mean a lot to me. Glad you're here, though. Feel free to stick around. So as I sense myself sitting in my safe space, connected to you this morning, the aroma of my, what I have burning here, my incense, filling the space, I just feel connected with you and with heaven. And I'm grateful for this moment to be with you, that all things can be made new. Now just sense, what would it be like in this moment to have the Spirit of heaven, God, if you will, if that's the terminology you like to use, whatever God looks like to you, imagine that Spirit, that being, that God the Father, if that's a portrait of God that you can relate to, a personage of God that you can relate to, that's great. If you see God as a really good spirit, a spirit of love and goodness, of colors and beauty, of art and creativity, then see that sitting with you at this moment in your safe space, in your spirit, in your imagination. Just feel that feeling. What does it feel like to sit with the Spirit of heaven, the goodness of the divine in this moment? A spirit that says, you've been made new. You can endure. You have character that can give you hope to get through what you're walking through today. Feel that feeling right now. What does it feel like to sit with the God of heaven right now, the Spirit of goodness? Sense it. Let your body sense all the dimensions of the moment, of that love permeating your flesh, your inner being, feeling the joy of being in this moment, of being okay, of not having to prove yourself to anybody, or to a judgmental God on a throne with a long white beard who wants to strike you down, but rather a spirit of goodness that we get to intermingle with to do greater things that Jesus said humans can do when we understand that. What does that love feel like at this moment for you? And what would that love say to you about yourself at this moment? Ask that spirit, that personage of heaven, of God sitting with you, who am I? What do you think of me? And wait and listen. Do I have character? Can I endure? Do I have hope? And then listen. I just feel that joy today. I feel that love. I feel that spirit saying to me, non-normative is beautiful. That truly we are all non-normative, looking for our space where we feel comfort and safety and value and purpose and the joy that comes with that journey. What is the Spirit of Heaven saying to you today, in this moment, connected together and connected to heaven in your safe place? Just let the joy of this moment wash over you and through you. Sorry for hitting my mic, YouTube. It's good to be here together. Just breathe in that sense and that aroma. There's plenty of time to worry about the day, to worry about tomorrow, to worry about the future. But in this moment, it's just us together saying, I can endure. And I bless that character in you that has helped you endure to get to this place. And you may say, oh, I've done a lot of terrible things in getting to this place. And I say, yeah, I know. I may not know exactly what you've done every instance, but I know all of us have had to scrape and claw and at times injure others to feel safe and okay. And we can repent of our humanness, but also know the joy that being human means at times we will have to scratch and claw. And we can forgive ourselves for using the only tools we knew how to survive. And I say, because you are here where you are today, it shows that you have an endurance that produces character. And you can lean on that character to have hope today. That you can make it. That you are good. That all things are being made new as you continue to learn and grow. Be introspective and say, how can I learn to do it better next time? Not meaning I'm going to stop being a sinner, but starting to learn that I accept who I am, non-normative and all. As I'm sitting with the Spirit of Heaven, knowing exactly how my mind works is exactly who I am. And who I am is not only okay, it's fantastic. I can love me. Because if the Spirit of Heaven is willing to come and be with me, there must be something valuable in me. if Pastor Paul and all these people on TikTok and YouTube are willing to sit with me and connect spirits with me, there must be something inherently valuable about me. And I say that you are inherently valuable. And the life search for that value and safety and purpose is what life is all about. I love you just as you are. And I'm glad that you love me just as I am. Deep breath is cleansing, promotes blood flow in my body and in my brain. Now we go into gratefulness. What are you grateful for today? Yeah, there are hard things going on in our lives, but what are you grateful for today? Just share that with that spirit of heaven that you're sitting with right now. What are you grateful for today? Sorry, my alarm's going off. So we share our gratefulness with the spirit of heaven, and we say, thank you for helping me start my day this way. Sorry, I think I am in a little internet trouble there. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to change my internet connection on my phone. Hi, Moore, Oklahoma. Eleanor, glad you're here. So we give our gratefulness to the spirit of heaven, and we come back from our safe space into ourselves, into our present. So yeah, just share a little bit now. If you want to put in the comments on YouTube and TikTok, what were you sensing in your moment of being with the spirit of heaven? Robert says, 2 ways to live your life. One is to see nothing as a miracle. The other is to see everything as a miracle. And he says, Albert Einstein said that. That's a beautiful saying. I hope I'm okay on TikTok. It keeps telling me I'm losing my connection. What did you sense when you were sitting with the spirit of heaven? What did you sense about yourself, about being renewed, all things being made new, about the character you have produced through the endurance to get here? About the idea that non-normative isn't abnormal. Non-normative is finding our way with all the tools we have, physically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally together. Yeah, just post it in the comments. Love being with you guys. So if anybody wants to ask questions on TikTok or YouTube now, I'm glad to answer just in this moment. And thank you for honoring our time together. Thank you for coming and joining. I do this every Wednesday morning. If you joined in the middle of it, it's preserved on YouTube. You can go see it there. And you can see the whole thing. Sorry, I'm going to share this on YouTube. And you can help financially support what we do in this moment. And you can see that on YouTube. I have a Patreon page, or you can Venmo. So yeah, I have a Patreon page or on Venmo. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with my internet connection on TikTok. But yeah, if you want to ask a question now, you can. And again, yeah, if you want to subscribe to my Patreon page, I got a lot of cool stuff coming up. I'm really looking forward to these next few months. Some cool stuff happening. I'm just feeling this gratefulness in my heart for this moment. I'm really glad to be with you today. If you're here and you haven't let me know where you're joining from, let me know that. And if you have a question or anything you'd like to add, send it over. I'm at the start of doing what we call a deconstruction U discussion group. Sorry, I'm just really feeling the spirit of heaven with me today. It's really beautiful. It's making it a little bit tough for me to talk. Let me check my internet connection. What the heck is going on? I'm really sorry, TikTok. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with my internet connection. So I love. Jamie says, I can't hop back on TikTok. Yeah, something's going on TikTok this morning. It keeps telling me I'm having trouble. Oh, you can't hear me on TikTok? Huh. Well, if you are hearing this on TikTok, you can join me on YouTube. It's stuck. We can't even hear you, huh? Thanks for letting me know, Jamie. Yeah, something's going on I think I was thinking it's my internet connection, but it may be TikTok. Let me see. Yeah, thank you, Jamie. All right, I turned my Wi-Fi off. Let's see if that helps, but it's still telling me I have a bad connection, so I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, I knew something was going on. I wasn't getting any comments. I wasn't getting any trolls. So I knew something was going on. Robert, can you hear me? I guess we're having some trouble on TikTok. Yeah. Thanks, Jamie. Yeah, so we're in the midst of a deconstruction U group, and we're just really talking about what it looks like to rethink our faith. And is it okay to do that? And we're going to be talking this week about hell, the concept of hell. And yeah, so I hope you can join us for that. All the info is in my bio. Yeah, let me give myself a note. Sorry, I'm not saying a lot. I just really am feeling the goodness of the spirit of heaven this morning. And so I'm kind of just sitting in the joy of that moment and having trouble saying anything really poignant. So I just really am grateful that you joined me today. Jamie, it's always great to hang out with you. Christina, Eleanor from Oklahoma, I'm glad to meet you today. And I'm sorry I had TikTok issues. All right, I think I'll sign off TikTok then because it doesn't seem to be working. And I don't want... God, I'll tell you, Jamie, TikTok, I just don't trust. I don't trust them. I literally believe that sometimes they may just go, nope, we don't want this to get out. So we're going to keep telling you have connection problems. I really, the way they just smash things down, I don't know about TikTok. All right, guys, anything else that you want to share today? Anything I can pray with you about? Any questions you have? Just a couple more minutes to share if you like. I do love these times together. And I hope you find them beneficial for your day. So I speak blessing over your day. And I say that the suffering that you're enduring today is building something incredible in you. And so we don't say, yes, I'm so happy I'm suffering, but we look with hope to say, what I'm going through is producing endurance in me. And endurance produces character, and character produces hope. And hope does not put us to shame. But hope helps make all things new. Karen says, I have a cardiac cath tomorrow. Yeah, so I just join my spirit with you, Karen, and I just say, let you have a peace that's beyond understanding as you go through this. As I join with you to carry this weight of this moment with you, my love goes with you into that surgical room. My hope goes with you. My love goes with you. And the love of those around you. Jamie says, I follow tons of people and the weirdness I see is inexplainable. Yeah. Yeah, Karen, let me know how it goes. I'll be thinking of you tomorrow. Yeah, so I speak blessing over your lives today. Thank you for sharing this spiritual mindfulness moment with me. And just follow all the stuff we do through the week, the God's Not Mad podcast on Thursdays, the Bible talk on Saturday, the Sunday community on Sunday. We have some things coming up, other things that we're doing, and I'm looking forward to that. So much love to you guys. Have an incredible day because you are incredible. And the Spirit of Heaven wants you to know today that you are incredible. Amen. We'll see you.